Hello children, welcome to your English grammar class, and today I'll be discussing something very common, that is story writing. Now children, this is a very common topic. You have been telling stories since your very childhood, right? Sometimes inventing stories for not doing homework, sometimes inventing stories for not taking your meal in time. So story making is something very common and we have been doing it since our childhood, right? Now maybe we have not learned how to do it in our copies, but today we are going to do it. We are going to learn how to attempt this question for our examination, right? Now let us see how to attempt story writing. Now if you see here, I have done several do's and don'ts while writing story. Now what are the do's? What are the things that you should do? Start with the cue given in the question. You would be given a point, you would be given a cue in the question, and you have to start with the cue given in your question. Next thing is ensure clarity of the plot. Now what is ensuring clarity of the plot? That is, first of all, you should begin the story in a happy mood, in a happy note. Everything is fine, everything is going right, there is no problem. Right, and then you have to create a problem, right? Then you have to give a twist to the problem. Finally, you have to arrive at a solution. So that is clarity of the plot. Now, next step, arrange the sequence in proper events. So your sequencing should be proper. Not that you forgot to write something that should be written in the earlier part. Later you remember that, okay, I need to write this. So, okay, add this at the end. No, don't do that. So, arrange the sequence in proper events. And one more thing, you must form the storyline beforehand. Not that you started writing and you don't know what to write. No, please don't do that. Prepare a vivid outline of the story. Know what you are going to write, and then fill up the places. So your outline should be very clear. Then after arranging the sequence in proper events, the next point is you need to place the characters which are well defined. All of a sudden you put a character and then the character was nowhere to be seen. Please don't do that. Minimize your character. Don't use too many characters, but one or two characters which would be used in your story, those should be very well defined. Then you should need to add a proper conclusion to the story and give a proper title. Title should be given at the beginning of the story. These are do's, what you should do. And what you should not do is, please don't use supernatural characters like Superman and then Spider-Man. Don't use these things. I know those are very colorful. They might attract your imagination, but the examiner wants something more mature from you, and these things are not really expected. However, there is no hard and fast rule that you cannot use any supernatural character, but it's better to keep away from this thing. Then don't try to end with the term moral written separately. Yes, there would be a moral in the story, but please don't write a separate moral. Moral of the story is this, moral of the story is that. Though it can be used in your junior classes, but senior class student, please don't write moral separately. Next, don't make the story too long. It becomes boring, it becomes tiring for the examiner to read the story. Adhere to the word limits given, right? Don't try making it too long, and no grammatical mistake should be there, and please don't deviate from the main theme. You know what you are writing about, and all of a sudden you deviated and you wrote something else. That is not expected. Please don't do it, and form a storyline before you start writing. So these are the various do's and don'ts. Now we would elaborate this with we would try to understand these points with an example. Now see children, this is your story. This is the cue that has been given. Summer vacations had arrived. I was excited. My father had made arrangements for a trip to ... Now this is your question. So you are supposed to write, attempt this answer with the following cue. This was the beginning part was given, and now you have to continue writing the story with the cue that has been given. So the black portion is the question and this is the answer. And while attempting the answer, please copy the cue that has been given and then continue. So my answer would be, summer vacation had begun. I was excited. My father has made arrangements for a trip to Darjeeling. This dot won't be there. This has been marked to show that the question ends here. He was counting. It would be I. I was counting the days. Shopping was at its peak. Warm woolen clothes, packets of snacks, sports equipments, everything was packed. The proposed day arrived with infinite joy and expectation, we set out for the station. Now this is my beginning part. And here see, everything is going fine. There is no problem. So everything is going as we had desired. We are very happy. There is infinite joy and no problem at all. So this is my first part. The plot has started. Now with the advancing of the plot, we encounter the problem. Where is the problem? Now see, misfortune seemed to set her cruel eyes on us, and we soon realized that we were at the station with no ticket. Now see, I have introduced the problem now. The problem is that they faced the misfortune because after reaching the station, they realized that they had no ticket. It was 7 p.m. and the train was supposed to depart the station at 7:45 p.m. Without further delay, my father rushed home to get the tickets. We kept an eye on the watch and anxiously waited for father to return. Now the problem is continuing and the suspense is also increasing. We do not know what will happen. Will the narrator be able to go to the trip, or it would be cancelled, the train would depart and the father would not come in time. So we do not know what is going to happen. So the suspense is increasing. This is called increasing the suspense, and as the plot furthers, as the plot advances, the suspense also gets increased. I wondered if there was any means by which the time could be stopped. So he was wondering if he had a time machine and he could stop the time. It was 7:30, yet there was no sign of father. Finally the time came. This is the climax. The time came. So this is the climax of the story, and the train whistled. It started moving slowly when I saw father running towards us. Still we do not know what is going to happen. Still we are thinking that maybe they would somehow board the train. Soon the train gathered speed and we were left back. So finally we came to know that they could not go to the trip. The train left them. I broke into tears. Now see, climax ended. This was the climax. What will happen? What will happen? The suspense ended. I broke into tears and returned home with a heavy heart. Everyone was sad, and father promised to take us to Digha to compensate the loss. This was a huge loss. We couldn't go, and in order to compensate the loss, father promised that he was going to take us to a sea beach, very close sea beach. Next morning I was still grumbling. Right. So I was not, the narrator was not in a good mood. He was still complaining. He was in a sad mood. Father switched on the TV to a news channel, and suddenly the news flashed that train number, you should give a train number, any train number, B128 by 6, whatever the train number is, moving to Siliguri, has met with a severe accident, killing many passengers. I thank God and was convinced whatever happens for good. Convinced that whatever happens for good. Now see, I have not mentioned any moral separately. The moral has become a part of my story, and what is it? Whatever happens for good, and I was convinced about the fact. So the moral is there, but I have not written the moral separately. So my story ended with a conclusion that the train on which I was supposed to, the narrator was supposed to board, it met with an accident, and it was a blessing in disguise that they had not been able to go to the they were not able to board the train in time, and it went away. So their life was saved, right? So this is how I go about writing a story. And the other thing that I have not done is giving a title. So I need to add a title, and let's make it very simple. And we can also write this one, whatever happens, happens for good, or divine blessing. Or blessing under disguise, or whatever happens, happens for good. Anything could be my title. Now you should remember one thing while adding a title: make sure that your title is related to the story that you are writing. It should not be something very different from your main story. This is all about story writing, students. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and you would definitely be able to write your own stories. Thank you for attending the session. Goodbye.